Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope everybody is fine. And today we are going to see an interesting topic. Okay, we are going to see lesson 2, honey, sweet honey. Okay, when you hear this word honey, it makes your mouth watering. Yes or no? It is sweet as you are. Yes or no? Okay. Shall we study about the behavior of animals and the process of collecting honey and its uses? Okay. So, children, we are standing in a corner in the village fair eating some sweet meat. Okay. A few pieces of sweet meat fell on the ground. So, a few ants gathered around the pieces of sweet meat to eat. Okay, so here two friends are talking to each other. Okay, they are talking each other about this ants. See, look at these ants. They gathered around the piece of sweet meat. Yes or no? So, and also she is asking about the kittens. Look at that kittens, how lovely they are. Like that she is asking. In that, the cat is licking the kitten with love. Okay, so she is asking, animals also live together like human beings, do they? Don't they? Like that she is asking. So now we are going to study about the behavior of animals. Okay, so each and everything what is the pictures we have seen is tiger, elephant, monkey, kitten, hens. All these, when you look at this picture, you can observe the behavior of animals. So we are going to study about the behavior of animals around us. Is that clear, children? First of all, before we starting, we should understand what is behavior. What is behavior? Is that clear, children? Animal behavior includes all the ways animals interact with other organisms and the physical environment. Is that clear, children? So we are going to study about this. Behavior can also be defined as a change in the activity of an organism in response to a stimuli, an external or internal cue. Okay, to finally understand a behavior, we want to know that what causes it, how it develops in an individual, how it benefits an organism. Is that clear, children? So, behavior is shaped by natural selection. Naturally, it happens. Many behaviors directly increases an organism's fitness. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? See, I ask you a question. Do the squirrels in your neighborhood bury acorns underground? Does your cat start mewing around the time you usually feed her? Do you start hanging around the kitchen when it's close to dinner time? Yes, this all the observation in behavioral things. Okay, so these are some of the examples of animal behavior. Is that clear, children? Animal behavior. See, broadly speaking, animal behavior includes all the ways animals interact with other members. Okay, either it is any organism or species or with the environment. Okay, the stimuli. Okay, the stimuli. For example, I'll just tell you. See, when you see dog, when you see the dog outside, if it starts drooling, see, for example, I'm telling a change in activity in response to the sight of food. As soon as you keep something for an outside dog, or if you have a pet dog, if you start to go and keep the food, that time it knows the timings also. See, if you go and keep, no, it wags tail and come near to you, yes or no, drooling happens. This is called behavioral. See, this is called the animal's behavior. Okay, so it depends. It is related to genetics, it is related to anatomy, it is related to physiology and everything. Okay, so for your understanding, I just wanted to tell you. See, I will just explain you. First thing, see, what causes this behavior to all the animals? What triggers the behavior? And what body parts, functions and molecules are involved in carrying it out? See, for example, I'll tell you. For example, singing is triggered in zebra finches by social cues such as the proximity of the potential mate as well as the appropriate hormonal states. The ability to produce songs is influenced by male hormones. So when they sing, the song is influenced by it goes and touches the male hormones and occurs mainly in male birds. Is that clear? So certain parts of the brain control that songs. Is that clear? So how does that behavior develop? How it develops? As soon as it sings, if the nearby male bird listen to that, it starts to practice singing. Okay, so it wanted to teach. It is like teaching the song, and the both of them, the male and the female listen to it. Yes or no? Okay, so these are called as behavior. Yes, these are called as behavior things. Okay, so adaptation is a special skill that animals organism to survive in the environment. Is that clear, children? So there are few adaptation I would like to explain. Physical adaptations, behavioral adaptations and physiological adaptations. Okay, so physical adaptation means every animal is different. Okay, each and every, already in the last class we have seen mammals, reptiles, birds. All these are different classification of animals. So each one of it has a special body parts, okay, such as shapes, skin and color. Everything is different according to their survival. Okay, next, behavioral adaptation. It is a behavior to survive in the environment. What is the behavior? Okay, so that's why I told you now that stimuli, all this. Okay, behavioral adaptation is very, very important. See, physiological adaptation. Physiological adaptation means, see, for example, snake is able to produce venom. Yes or no? Mammal, to protect itself from the predators, it produces venom. Yes or no? So like that, each and every animal in the world have to survive. So they have the behavior adaptations. Is that clear, children, till now? Okay, look at this. See, animals, birds, and the pictures. Look at this. In our lesson, they have shown the ants. Ants always move without sound. It follows the leader. Ants produce some scent-like things. Okay, so that the soldiers will be followed by the leader. Okay, that scent, with that smell only, they will go and find the food. Okay, so like that they live in groups. They live in groups. They show their love by licking the young ones, and they live. See, deer, elephants, they all live together. Okay, herds of deer, like that. Okay, group. They maintain themselves in groups. Okay, birds also fly together. Birds will fly together. Even animals troop, they fully live on the branches. Yes or no? They live together, and it also take care of the baby monkey, like it is holding the belly of the mother monkey. Yes or no? And one more thing is this hen, when it helps, when it sees some eagle or something, it makes one different noise, so that all the chicks will run and come together, and it can protect easily. Yes or no? Then we are going to look about the honeys. We are going to look about the honeys. See, what is honey? What is honey? How do you get honey? How do you get honey? See, honey is used as a natural sweetener. So it is also used to make Ayurvedic medicines, to cure cough and sore throat. See, whenever I get cough, I just make one ginger peas juice, little bit of ginger juice and this honey, and I mix it and I'll drink, like just keep that thing in the throat, near the throat and the mouth. I just swallow that. It will help. Okay, it is also used as an antiseptic to cure burns. See, we are going to see how the bees collect the nectar from. See, this is the life cycle of a honeybee. First, the honeybee lays the egg. Then a larva is coming out and the pupa, and that from the pupa an adult honeybee is grown up. Okay, see how the bees make honey. Honey bees gather nectar from flowers and plants. Okay, so they suck the nectar. What is that nectar? Nectar is something which is produced from the flowers. It is very sweet. They suck the nectar through their long tube like tongues from the flowers and store the nectar in their honey sacs and carry it to the beehive. Okay, so yeah, what does that honey contains? See, what does it contains? Honey is a natural sugar. It contains 80% of water, and honey is only about 14 to 18% of water. Okay, it contains sugar, protein, iron and calcium. So to prepare for long-term storage, the bees fan their wings to evaporate thicken the honey. Okay, so where do the bees store the honey? Where do they store the honey? They store the nectar in their stomachs called honey sacs, and then it carries to the beehive. They drop the honey into the honeycomb. What is a honeycomb? A honeycomb is a hexagonal cell made of wax produced by the bees. Is that clear? So, honey bee does not live longer than a month. Is that clear, children? You know that? So, what happens? See, I'll just explain you again. So, bees, first of all, it goes and visits the flowers and it collects the nectar. So, they store that nectar in their stomach and then carry it to the beehive. Okay, their home, that is beehive. The nectar mixes with the proteins and enzymes in their stomachs. So, what happens? The nectar which they collect, it is storing it in their stomach, no? There they have the proteins and enzymes. So the nectar is thus converted into honey. So the bees then drop the honey into the honeycombs. To prepare the long-term storage, the bees fan their wings to evaporate and thicken the honey and cap the
animals. They work so much and are super organized. The bee society is composed by the queen, the drones, and the workers. Although the worker bees can also be called cooker bees because they are in charge of making the honey. They make the honey with the nectar or pollen which they gather from flowers and with a special liquid they produce themselves. They use this honey to feed larvae, from which new bees will be born. So now we know why they make honey. The truth is, I really like bees because I love their honey and it's also a supernatural and healthy food. Here's a fun fact. Do you know how many bees are needed to get a kilo of honey? Well, we need 2,500 bees and almost 1.5 million flowers. Well, it is hard work to get a kilo of honey. We can't say goodbye without telling you that bees are super important for nature. Besides their small size, bees complete a great mission: pollination. But we will tell you all.
So we have seen the video how the honeybee is collecting the honey, nectar from the flowers. See, honeybees work hard. House bees keep the house clean and well ventilated. So they are engaged in building new honeycombs. So field bees go far away from the home in search of nectar. So they work hard. As a result of this, they do not live long. So see, this beehive or what we call honeycomb have the lot of honey bee hives in the tree besides the houses, trees. Wherever there is a clean place, they go and build this honeycomb so that they collect the honeys. See, it is a natural sugar and has medicinal properties. It is used to prevent cough also. Yes or no? I told you already. And some of them know they use this honey to reduce their weight. They even use the hot water, they mix it and they drink. All these I also we don't follow actually, but in YouTube's all they are telling that if they drink honey also they will reduce weight. Okay, so see here the process we have seen is bees feed on the flowers and plants and they collect the nectar from the flowers and they store the nectar in the stomach half an hour, and in the stomach the nectar is mixing with the proteins and enzymes. Okay, so that's how the bees drop that honey in the honeycomb. Is that clear, children? Is that clear? So till now this is the process. See, another important thing is we have artificially these are made. These also they can make artificially. See, they collect this honeys and they store it like this and they crush it and they strain it. So this is some artificially they collecting at home. Okay, they collect it and they use this. So what is the benefits of honey? Just now we have seen it also helps in insomnia, indigestion, coughs, cold, headaches, anemia, and also honey is rich in vitamin B6, riboflavin, calcium, copper and iron. So how do we test this honey is whether this honey is pure or not? See, the first one is, even though some they do that sugar syrup, they will sell the sugar syrup, but you should be very careful. Take a transparent glass of water and a drop of honey to the glass. Pure honey will not disperse in water. If the drop of honey disperses in water, it indicates the presence of added sugar. And the second one is, take a cotton wick dipped in a pure honey and light with a matchstick. Pure honey will burn. If it is adulterated, the presence of water will not allow the honey to burn. This is very simple thing. That's how they find out how the honey, whether the honey is pure or impure. Okay, so that's what we have studied in this sweet honey. Sweet honey. Is that clear? So today's activity is, please draw this hive, the process of honey, how the honeybee is collected, how the honeybee is collected and how it is stored. Please go through this. In the page number 15 they have given all these things, how this bees and the collection of honeys, all these things, and how they store it in the wooden honey boxes. Is that clear, children? So please go through this and make a life cycle of honey bee. Draw a honey bee and their life cycles and how honey is collected and stored in the honeycomb. Please follow this, draw it neatly, okay? And also ask your grandparents what are the benefits of honeys. In page number 16 they have given a poem. See here, bees are going in big swarms. The group of bees are called as swarms, from flower to flower, here and there, collecting nectar. Oh, so sweet. And then they return to their combs. Bees, big and small, how good they look in various though, producing lots of wax and honey, only for us, not themselves. Preserve the bees who produce honey. These are our dear friends. They provide honey for our health. Its use is unlimited. Thank you so much, children.